My name is Becky Mantle, and I'm an International Board Certified Lactation Consultant and Clinical Assistant Professor here at the University of Oklahoma Health Sciences Center. I lead our Oklahoma Breastfeeding Resource Center and also serve as Executive Director for the Oklahoma Mother's Milk Bank. So we are raising awareness this week during National Breastfeeding Month. This week has the theme of breastfeeding during emergencies and natural disasters. And oh my goodness, what what a disaster we're in right now with this global pandemic. And that certainly raises a lot of questions about just the safety of what have historically been, normal everyday activities, and certainly safety of breastfeeding during this pandemic. So let's talk about that. Let's first look at a mother who's maybe has questions about just, I'm home breastfeeding my baby. Is that, what if I get exposed to COVID-19? Is that safe for me to keep breastfeeding? And absolutely everyone, all the major healthcare organizations strongly recommend continuing breastfeeding. It is so important to protect your baby, both actively through the antibodies and immunities in your milk, and also through the building of baby's own strong immune system through breastfeeding. So two very important pieces there. Now, you can take steps to minimize any possible exposure to your baby, and that's doing the things that we hear every day on the news and on TV. Wear a mask, practice hand hygiene, and of course avoid exposing both yourself and your baby unnecessarily to other people who may not be following some of those guidelines, or just activities that you want to go to church. Well, can you do that safely, or is that something that maybe we need to do church virtually for a while until we get to a safer place. But absolutely continue breastfeeding and practice all the safety precautions to minimize exposure to both yourself and your baby. Have your close family members and close contacts who may be helping you. Make sure everyone around in your bubble is doing the same things. Now, another question is mothers who are currently breastfeeding may want to donate milk to the milk bank, and maybe they've been donating milk. Well, if you are actually a current active donor for the milk bank, then you're getting regular emails and contact from the milk bank on how to kind of manage if you start having COVID symptoms. But for mothers who are interested in donating, absolutely. It is safe to do so. Our milk bank staff are taking all those same safety precautions, wearing masks at work and wearing masks when they're out in public. And we are making it as easy as possible for moms to avoid contact with too many people. If you're going to drop off milk at the milk bank or at one of our depots around the state, then you just notify them that you're on your way. They will meet you. You don't even have to get out of your car, open the trunk, or open the back of your SUV, and they can take your donated milk and minimize, exposure to people like that. So, now on a really positive note, it's been very heartwarming for us to see that we've actually had increased interest and request from mothers to become approved donors for the milk bank. So I think that just speaks again to the generosity of Oklahomans, and that mothers, go out of their way to do something that takes work on their part to pump and provide milk to help fragile babies, preterm babies who might not otherwise have access to human milk.